What's crackin', lady and gents? Let's talk about time travel, specifically the demonic god of Maya. This is a warrior class boss, so take up the Precise Strike's talent. Let's take a look at the skills. Thunder Strike. Release a thunder that deals 200% attack damage to front row enemies. So this skill hits like a truck at higher levels. So put your tankiest of tanks in the front row. Second skill. Electrostatic Surface, 90% damage reduction from non-warrior heroes, immune to all debuffs. So any non-warrior hero will do 90% less damage to this boss. Immune to all debuffs. This includes Sally, Houston, and others with their armor reduction skill. You got Ronan, Karen, for their increased target damage received. That does not work on this boss. You can still use Ronan just for his damage reduce for the whole party. That will really be the only use for him for this boss. Third skill, Thunder Collision. Damage to the warrior is reduced by 60%. I hope you've awakened a few warriors in your lineup, because you're going to need them at higher levels of this boss, which unfortunately I don't, so I know the struggle. Okay, which damage carries should you use for this boss? So what I would recommend is Rex. So that's Rex over here. Kinley.
My Kinley, the cutest
She's
girl
like a mini
in the
Toko.
world.
Or a tank Toko. Godslayer.
What tranquilizes me?
Not many people
is
will
only
have
the
him,
sense
so
of blood.
but if you do, that's really good. General of Rescue.
I make the
This one
stuff
here.
hard to beat, and the beating
These will
up.
be your main sources of damage for this boss. I will also suggest Toko,
I'm second to none.
because her damage
Not
output
worth
is still
mentioning.
reasonable, even at 90% damage reduction. Now for our supports. So you can use an Afra,
When this needle goes down,
just so
you
she
should
can
be able
out-heal
to
the damage the boss does to everyone. More especially the front row. That frontal attack that the boss does is devastating. Einstein you can use,
What's
obviously
broader
for
than
the
universe?
Resurrect. You can use
Even
a
stone can be
Thinker. Well,
unpredictable.
he's actually a must-have, obviously for his shields, healing, increase of armor, plus he mitigates damage when he links himself to the highest damage of the team. You can use Moonlight Paladin
Be careful. Get behind me.
for the damage immune and increase attack for the whole team. And last of all, you can use an Iron Giant.
Goes down.
He is a very misunderstood character in the community and generally used for food. He is actually an amazing character. I'll quickly explain, but a detailed overview is reserved for a hero guide. Iron Giant is best used as a backline tank support. He is not really for frontline. He does not have the mitigation in the first round unless you counter that squishiness with a Resurrect from Einstein. Or you can counter that by just gearing him out in full damage immune, but this is all about progression we're talking about. So I'll demonstrate how he is used. Alright, let's go to X-War and do a demonstration. So as you can see, Iron Giant is in the back line, General of Rescue in the front, so that's how it's meant to work. And that's basically anyone in his front or back he can mitigate damage for. So as you can see, whenever General of Rescue takes damage, Iron Giant takes 10% of that damage, which can be increased to 20% if you upgrade his exclusive equipment. He also adds shields and increases damage of the person or character in his line,
Riot
depending on their
there'll
HP levels.
be. War mode.
It makes your main tank in the front even more tanky, or anyone in front of him or the back of him. If Thinker links with Rex for his 40% mitigation, and Iron Giant is behind him, that would make one hell of a tanky Rex. Okay, let's take a look at the talents for our damage carries. So for the first talent, you'll definitely take Precise Strike. This is a warrior class boss, so that's the only choice you'll have. For the mythic talents, you can either take Titan Killer or Vitality Armor. Killer for more damage, Vitality Armor for survivability. Especially in the front row, they take a load of damage. For the third talent, you can take Overprotection, only if your Aphra can out-heal the boss's damage. Ghost Curse, for more damage of course. Fearless Persistence, another talent for more survivability. And last of all, you can either take Death Gaze or Rush Offense. So that's up to you. So Rush Offense is more for progression. Death Gaze does more damage in the long run. But yeah, I normally take Rush Offense for progression fights. You can also take Defensive Barrier for survivability, but that's more reserved for your support. Let's take a look at the support talents. So for the first talent, I always take Super Shield. It prevents one shot. It allows the first hit of the boss to eat through a shield so that your team has a good start to the fight with higher HP pools. And it's so that Aphra can heal to full or near full when that happens. Now for the second talent. You can take Vitality Armor for more survivability, or Selfless Guardian, which helps with healing for your highest damage character. The third talent. You can take Overprotection, only if Aphra can out-heal the damage output of the boss. Otherwise, it's just useless. I normally take Fearless Persistence, more for progression fights and for survivability. Now for the last talent, without a doubt, Defensive Barrier, especially for supports. You can still use non-warrior heroes. However, you will have to put them in the back line because they will just get one shot if you put them in the front, especially for progression. Let's talk about gear levels. So when I was still in the earlier stages of the boss, I upgraded my blue and purple gear to a minimum of 5 enhancement. Sometimes all the way, only to complete quests to upgrade them. When I hit the anti-entropy gear, I went for a combination of level 10 enhancement and all the way up to 15, depending on the stats I was given. When I got up to the Godslayer equipment, I went up to level 15 all the way. Honestly, you can use any of the ships. My suggestion definitely is still Black Samurai, because it takes out a bigger chunk of the boss's HP. And the number of times that the Black Samurai has had the last hit on my progression fights to get the boss killed is numerous. Otherwise, you can use the Restore ship for more survivability. Or if you want your characters to do more damage instead of the ship, you just use the Dimension Hunter. Otherwise, Black Samurai all the way. Now we'll watch the battle. I used a Ronin for his damage reduce only, hoping he would survive for round 2, but I had no choice because anyone I put into that slot got one shot, even my current tanks that are below Mythic Plus. So that does it for this video on the Demonic God of Maya. Thanks for watching. My current favorite game, X-Hero.